Okay, so yeah, so are there things you like tried in Malta? Maybe strange food, new activities, or you've seen something not necessarily Malta. Because for instance, me in my own case, I have been fortunate enough to like go on holidays to a few places, and there's so many things I have seen that I've never seen in my country. Or I might be seeing movies and I'm like, oh God.
Like the carnival.
Yeah, exactly. Like today was the amazing carnival,
Carnival,
right? And
yeah.
yesterday it was the
Festival,
yeah,
yeah.
it was the carnival in Malta. We don't have that,
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course, I noticed that.
Yeah, and also another amazing thing during the holidays. This too, this too. Where were you Christmas and New Year?
Ireland.
Where were you?
Netherlands.
Awesome. So they ditched me and they went to do their own thing. Yeah, so I was stuck in Malta because of work though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a wonderful experience. I tried so many things I haven't tried. I know it might not sound like fancy to most people. I had the mulled wine. I mentioned it to her today. I was like, oh yeah, tried it. But to me it's like a big deal because we haven't or have you tried it in your country?
No.
She hasn't even tried it at
No.
all. So yeah, I've done one thing she hasn't done. And yeah, I went to Gozo. I had a wonderful holiday.
I've never been to Gozo before.
Yo,
Really?
I'm still planning to go to Gozo.
we should
We
plan
should have
a
gone
trip.
for the carnival.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
we
for
should
the
night
plan a
trip.
trip
Yeah.
to Gozo. Yeah.
So the carnival, I was present at the carnival the last year, and it was spectacular. All the floats and the lights and the fireworks and everything. We don't have that over in my country, so it's amazing how a very small country is able, or a small island rather, is able to do a whole lot of activities. You know, it's exciting. You know, it's exciting. So I want to know: are there things that you guys have seen or experienced in your short time being here, 1 year, 1 year and a half, 1 year, that you haven't seen back home? Is it something like Maltese-ish?
I mean, me and obviously. Oh, sorry, you go.
No. Okay. I'm really going to talk about. They have lots and lots of festivals here. I think that's one thing I've not experienced back in Cameroon, because literally every month, or let me say, literally every week, they have something they are celebrating. If it's not carnival, maybe it's some fireworks, something.
How was it like for you when you came to the island the first time? Every night you hear fireworks.
Every night I hear fireworks. Every night, so I feel like they are so much into their festivals,
Celebrations and all.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think that's
and-
one amazing thing
and
I've noticed that we don't have back there like that.
Yeah,
So
that is
celebrated.
lovely. As
Yeah,
well.
that's lovely. It's really lovely.
How about you, Emma?
Yeah, pastizzi.
Ah! Okay, tell me, which one do you love? Do you love the cheese or the pistachio or the pea? Okay,
Oh
because
my God.
I don't like cheese.
I think I've never tasted rabbit. I think that's their.
You've never tasted.
Never tasted rabbit. I'm still
How would
planning
you
to.
be in Malta for about a year?
I'm still planning to
amazing.
taste the rabbit, because I learned it's literally like their traditional
It's
meal.
delicious.
It's
It's
delicious.
amazing.
So I'm planning to have it somewhere amazing, because I don't want to taste it the first
Valletta
time and I don't like
or
it.
rabbit?
No, I think we should plan a trip to Gozo and go and eat rabbit there, so then we hit two birds with one stone.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe you guys will see a video of our trip to Gozo. Right?
Gozo, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but if you're an African and you want to try the rabbit, please go with a little kind of pepper, because it doesn't have pepper. And you're not gonna love it with no pepper.
But I know on my birthday, Naomi and I, we tried some different dishes. I think I went with the fugura, and it was really amazing as a starter. It was really, really good. I think it was not so spicy, but it really gave the
What's
taste.
figura again?
It's a meal that they just named after I think it's lamb or something.
Yeah,
but they made it like a small cube, and
it's like pastry. It's like pastry, something like.
It's like a pastry.
Like a pastry.
In my own case, really cool. I had masascala or masascala.
I think they named it after the various cities
where it's originally from. Yeah, they named it according to the original country where the city where it's from. And masascala was rabbit, but it was like a cube rabbit, not the big rabbit you have at Valletta.
Really, really sweet. It was really, really nice. Okay. I really loved everything about
it. It's savory or it's sweet? It's meat, right?
No, it wasn't like meat. It's like soup, then it has like some pastry kind of mixture, and
Yeah, maybe
then
with shrimps in it and stuff
yeah, a
like
bit of
that.
yeah, but the soup was spectacular. The soup had some, I don't know what I'm gonna tell. It was really amazing. I
Like
don't know
a
how I'm gonna
cheese with
describe
no
it, but
spice.
a bit of
Yeah,
cheese and
she's
something
not
else.
gonna be able to explain that.
I'm really not
So
gonna explain
you
that.
have to follow her on Instagram to see a video or a picture of what
Yeah,
she's
well, I'm
talking
gonna
about.
I'm gonna show
That was
you.
her
It's
birthday,
really
so you can
cute.
still wish her happy
That's
a late
amazing.
happy
Yeah,
birthday
I'm an
because still have
Aquarius, and we are
months.
still in the Aquarius month, so
Ah,
Yeah.
feel free to wish me a happy birthday.
happy birthday!
Thank you.
Okay, so another thing I want to ask you guys.
Yeah.
So I know it seems like, oh, my story is like, oh, fabulous or whatever. But what's it like looking for a job in Malta? I know maybe you're not working. Maybe you're working. But I don't want to give people the impression that, oh, it's life abroad is perfect. Once you leave Africa or you leave wherever, you just
so
get
difficult.
everything.
It's like it's really, really difficult. Trust me, it's very, very difficult. Like you apply for jobs and people will call you, you go for interviews and they'll keep telling you, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just use the word here.
What do you
But
think could be the
it's-
reason why maybe
I feel
some
like
people are not being considered over
I feel like
others?
Malta, I feel like it's favoritism. I feel like they favor their citizens.
Yeah, but
over-
still, at the same time, there's still people that, we say maybe they're lucky or they're, yeah, maybe in demand jobs. In
yeah,
demand jobs,
yeah.
like maybe depends on what you're doing or what you studied or what your expertise might be. In demand jobs, yeah. So probably those people might be favored.
Yeah, like the accounting sector. I think if
Yes.
you're good in accounting, then you're sure to secure a job. And if you are very, very confident, you're gonna
Or
secure the job. Yeah,
healthcare,
healthcare, and maybe the IT sector too.
tech.
That's a booming industry now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you
IT.
are EU. She's non-EU.
Yeah.
We are both non-EU. So at this point, I think next time we need to get someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to have someone else on the show, but she's sick. So shout out to Peter,
Yeah.
our videographer that's down with fever. So your EU. What's the job like in Malta?
So my first job that I had here was in a bar, and it was like cash in hand. I didn't. It was word of mouth. Another Irish girl told me about it, and I didn't have to apply or anything. I just went in, and then. But now, since I don't have that job, I've looked for other jobs, but it is hard, like Alfred and things like that. Like even last week, I applied for like 10 jobs, and I haven't heard back about anything.
Yeah.
I know 10 doesn't sound like that many, but I even want to work, like I want to do waitressing or something, like not even something like
High rank or stressful, yeah.
Yeah.
So you are you guys of the opinion that being a student here in Malta, you put you at a disadvantage to get job opportunities?
I think for me, maybe because I am a student, but I'm also a bit older, that like a lot of times, if they are looking for a student to work, they're looking for like an 18-year-old or something, like to give them like a holiday job or like a summer job or something like that to help them through.
Okay. So you feel the older you are, like the older you get, you shouldn't be looking for certain kind of jobs. Is that
Maybe,
what
I
you
don't know,
feel?
but maybe that's just my experience. Maybe that's not real, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
but everyone is gonna, like, for instance, if I'm gonna do a video, I'm gonna talk to you based on my own
Yeah.
experience. So
Yeah.
if you ask me based on my own experience, I'll tell you, oh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Oh, when I just apply, I get. Oh, though it might not really be like
Yeah,
that.
but that is so
yeah.
I apply like 50 jobs before I get called for one. But when I get called for one, I'm like, oh, it got covered. But you don't know the stress I had
you
to
have
go
to
through.
go through.
Yeah, with all the packaging,
Yes.
all the rearranging of
documents
the CV,
and
the
everything, yeah,
documentation and all of
compiling
that.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So
Really
it's like
true.
really hard. So you don't have a residence in Malta.
I don't either, but I actually, that's a problem. That was a problem for me for a job that I wanted in a hotel. They needed me to register for residency in Malta. And like you said, I think I was a couple of minutes late to meet the person, and then by then it was too late,
it's just too late.
which was my fault.
Mhm.
But like then I'm kind of thinking like, is it hard? Like that it's kind of hard to I don't know why I feel like getting the residency was a bit complicated for some reason.
Yes.
Because I went to the office in Valletta, and then the woman was like, "Oh no, you need to do this," and then I did the thing online, and then the thing online was like, "Go back to the office," and then I went to the office, and they were like, "No, you have to go back online," and I was just like, "Okay, leave it."
Yeah, because the residency process is a bit strenuous, and if it's not something that you really need it, like we the non-EU, we have no choice.
Yeah, I have no choice.
Yeah, so we need to
You
get
need
it.
to
But
get
in
it,
your own
yeah.
case, you can live without. So fuck censored words. But just let it slide. Yeah. So was it for me? It took me like 1 month and a week or two to get my residence. For you, how long did it take?
me, it took like I would say almost 4 months.
Don't calculate the amount of time you waited before you decided to apply.
Okay, so let me say like 2 months. Like it took me like 2 months,
Which is fair.
which is fair.
Because of backlog. When you
Yeah.
send out you apply for the residency when they have like lots of
Applicants,
it's gonna be slow.
it's gonna be slow.
Yeah, so the earlier you apply,
and
the better.
that period, I think there were lots and lots of international students who were coming in, and so I think they had a lot of files. So it was really, 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 really not easy to just like But I think the time you came, you told me it was very easy for you.
Yeah, it was
everything
easy because
she said everything came out like in a month, and I was like, really,
Yeah.
in a month? Like,
Yes,
it took so
because
much
I
time.
came in December, so I did my application first week of January. Immediately the office opened, I applied. So
Yeah.
I was like the first set on the deck, so they had to attend to us. But when you apply late, like at the end of the month,
Yeah,
it's like a lot of backlog.
Mhm.
So it's best to apply immediately.
Yeah.
But you don't need it.
I
You're
think I do.
EU baby.
You don't really need it.
I think I needed to work, but I don't know. Amfisa, do you know? Do you have it yet?
I lived here for over 2 years, and I've worked at like multiple jobs. They never asked me.
Oh, fair.
Okay.
Okay.
I also didn't want to bother with paperwork.
See? So we also have someone that's working. So it's not like I'm the only person working here and they make me look like I'm different. Yeah. So yeah. Lucky for me, I just concluded my program.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm officially no longer a student. Okay, by Friday I'll no longer be a student. I have my final presentation. So you can join my Instagram live if you want to see how well. And this is my partner for the presentation.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So you can join my live on Friday by exactly 6 p.m. if you want to be a part of my final presentation. Thank you. So, students, let's go back. Please focus the camera on the students because now I'm a graduate.
You're very savage.
What's it like being an international student in Malta? Like, what's it like school life in general?
Yeah, at the University of Malta, I have a great time. I mean,
Because
yeah,
now you're at the University of Malta. She is she's in a private school. Yeah, Naris is in a private school. So your experience is obviously different from her.
mine.
The study hours are obviously different from each other.
Yeah.
So what's it like? What's your schedule? What's your day like as a student in Malta?
For you.
For you,
Oh,
Emma?
for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your typical one day as
So
a student?
I think we only have like, I'd say about 8 hours or like maybe like 10 or 12 hours of classes a week or something like that. And a lot of times it's like double classes, but it's very spaced out so the week itself isn't that busy with classes. And the environment of the school is so nice. Because it's so, like, I went to university in Ireland. I dropped out, but when I was like 18, and that was really, like, it was just a lot of work and it was a lot of reading and everything. And like, not to say that Malta is easy by any means, but like there is like a lot of pressure off because it does feel like in a way it's kind of a jumping off point from secondary school students into it. So like they're not that harsh. I feel like maybe the grades are a bit more lenient or something like that. And
what program are you studying?
I study communications. So
Okay.
it's probably not like that for every
yeah, it depends. If you're someone in health related courses or tech or engineering, obviously you need more hours. You need to study more. I know. So we wouldn't come. Let's be on the basic level.
Exactly.
So you're BSc student, that's an undergraduate student. How many times do you guys have classes in a week? Every day?
No, usually I had one day off per, like, 3 days off, including the weekend. This semester we have Mondays off, so that's nice.
Okay, so in 7 days you have classes like 4 times,
Yeah.
4 days.
4
And
days,
how many hours do you like the whole day? The whole day in school. How many hours do you spend in school aside going to the library or meeting with the FISA and the rest? How many hours do you spend in class?
To be honest, there's like, it changes every day. So like, I think my timetable looks something like 2 hours on a Tuesday morning, 2 hours on a Tuesday evening, 3 hours on a Wednesday evening, and then 2 hours on a Thursday, and then 4 hours on a Friday, or something.
So at the max, how many hours do you spend at class? Like
12.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did the math correctly.
No, I mean like
Per day?
per day, yeah.
Per
like
day,
how many hours?
like between 2 and 4.
Okay, so pretty much, let's say 4 hours per day in school. So if you have 24 hours, you have 20 hours to yourself.
Yeah.
To do whatever you like. Okay, how about you, Neris?
I think it's very flexible. For example, we have classes like 3 times per week, and we have classes just for 3 hours in that 3 times per week, just
And
3 hours,
the
like
evenings
from
as well?
5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. So it's very, very flexible. I think like you have a lot of time for yourself. Maybe you have other activities that you have to do. So it's very, very flexible. And I also feel like the teachers are not so
they're a bit lenient.
they're a bit lenient, so it's not so difficult. You don't feel like it chokes
pressure.
up. Yeah, I don't feel so
and
much
try
pressure.
to communicate
Yes,
very well.
So
because back home where we're from, where I'm from, probably Nigeria,
Africa generally.
And today my country is playing against who? And we're gonna win. We're gonna win the AFCON.
That's what
We don't even know.
Yes,
we don't
Nigeria.
We don't even know.
I won't put it on the white.
We're not even watching the ball, so we don't even know.
We're gonna win. We have to win that 9 billion. Stop playing.
So I feel like it's really flexible. Really flexible. And since it's a master's program, I think they give us a lot of time. Maybe if you're working, you have a lot of time to be done with work and come to school. So the fact that it's in the evenings, it's very, very relaxing because you get to rest. And evening classes for me, I think they're literally the best. Your mind is settled.
I don't like it.
For me, I love evening classes.
I hate it.
I don't like morning classes.
I hate it.
I barely wake up from bed. So I literally don't like morning classes. Evening classes for me are the ish. So
yeah. It's cool, but still after work I'm like exhausted. Like we explained earlier, the bus. Imagine I have to leave the office and I have to spend 1 hour 20 minutes to get to school. Sometimes the bus to school, bus number 3, please. Transport Malta, help us. The bus takes forever.
It takes forever.
And when it comes, I have class by 5 and I get to school by 6. And I'm like, exhausted.
Like an hour late.
I'm always an hour late. I try. Most times I have to take a taxi. And from my office to the school, it's about 12-15 euros. So imagine having to sacrifice that every week, like 3 times a week or 2 times a week.
Demanding.
It's
demanding.
Very expensive. When the public transport is free.
Yeah,
so
it's very expensive.
Transport Malta.
Exactly.
So what time are your classes? In the morning or evening like ours?
Both. It just depends.
Okay, so
this semester changes. Timetable changes every semester, so we don't really know.
Okay.
And even right now, they're still changing things around, so I'm not sure if it's even stuck yet. But in the Netherlands, because I just did Erasmus in the Netherlands, and I just feel like the university in the Netherlands compared to Malta was just way less enjoyable or something. It was just like, because it was really strict and like it was very much like all about the literature, and like you can't really, it's not about like expressing yourself and about opinions, about like people in class throwing around opinions. It was more like, if it doesn't have to do with the literature, don't bother saying it.
I feel you. I feel you. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a very serious question.
Yeah.
I know you're in EU. You're white, right?
Wait, what?
You're
white.
You're Oyibo girl. Oyibo pepe. But what I want to know is, based on the things you've seen, and I'm also asking you some questionnaires, What do you feel? Many
Social
people have
media.
asked me on YouTube, racism
Oh
here in Malta.
yeah,
How do you have anything to say about
I
it?
experienced that like one time in the bus. I mean, I was late, so the bus came in, and literally there was just like a seat by one old man. So there was quite the space was quite big, so I had to sit there, and he was like, "Oh, can you move away a little? Can you move away?" And I'm like, "But there's enough space. Like, why are you telling me to move away? Like, he doesn't want me to touch him." And I was like, "Oh, also, I don't like blacks. I don't like whites. Please don't touch me. I don't like whites. Don't touch me." Yeah, because I mean, you can't make me feel bad about myself. You can't make me feel bad about my color. So I'm also going to give it to you. Like, I don't like you too as well.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
I experienced that, and it was quite really, really, it was quite bad.
Demeaning,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
demeaning. But then I just swept it off. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, but he's a disgusting
Yeah,
old man.
maybe
It
I
probably smells
don't
like
mind.
poop.
I don't
Yeah.
care about that.
Censor words, censor words.
Because
So,
it was
like,
crazy. It was
yeah,
really
so
crazy.
like Emma, I know I'm sure you won't experience that, but I'm sure maybe you have friends, or maybe you observe. Like, I'm very good at observing,
Yeah.
so maybe you observe that. Oh, I've seen maybe the popular word, go back to your country.
True.
I mean, I haven't actually seen it in person, but I see it a lot on like Love in Malta and comments. And stuff.
Yeah.
Like if there's anything, like anyone who's not from Malta gets into some kind of altercation or anything, it's always like send them home, send them home. Send them home.
Yeah, comment section is like, wow,
Yeah.
go back to your country.
Country,
If you
yeah.
don't like it, go back home.
Mhm.
We don't want you here.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
crazy. Honestly, like it really like
It makes you
makes
feel.
your heart sink. Like,
Yeah.
it's just-
So disclaimer: we're not
And
trying.
I was with an
Yeah.
Indian friend that day, and literally I didn't want to talk too much, but she was ready to give it to that man. She was ready to give it to him. Like, who the fuck are you? Like,
Like,
she was ready to give it to him. Like, this is crazy.
so disclaimer:
Makes me
we're not
laugh.
trying to paint like the Maltese that are terrible. Nah, we're not trying to paint the island like.
I think like it's a general thing.
we
It's
are.
everywhere.
Yeah,
not
it's
really
everywhere.
just-
It's all
not
over
just
the
about
East, not just Malta.
Yeah,
It's like all over
everywhere,
the
all
world.
over the world.
And two,
It's a big problem. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And we giving our experience. It's not like extreme.
Yeah.
Yes, but still, in my own case, I've not had someone tell me that, but I've seen it on the bus. Not once, not twice, not three, not four times, and I'm like, what the heck?
Jesus.
To the bus driver, to people seated on the bus, and I'm like, why? Even I have some for white friends that they've done that. And I've seen and I have to like, dude, you don't do that. And another thing I noticed about the people here is that their the English they speak is not very good.
Not fluent.
It's not fluent. It's not like as great as you would expect. It's not like Emma. It's not like it's not like Emma. So they don't know how to use words. So when you're on the island, do not feel offended when someone uses certain words that when you know that it's in the wrong context, because he most definitely doesn't even know that is the wrong term you use for that particular statement. So don't be offended, rather correct the person or draw the person's attention, or if you can't, just ignore, because many a times they're like really difficult to talk to. So that's by the way. So ladies, the part we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
No, you want to say something?
No, I was just kidding. It's not racism, but there is some sexual harassment on the buses as well.
I never experienced that.
Now
though.
bring the
Never
camera
experienced that.
here. Let me give you one story.
I've never experienced that though.
Sorry. So one day, I was on my way to the office around 6:30 a.m. I had to get to work by 8, so I had to leave the house. I told you I take 2 hours to get to work. So I was on the bus by 6, and I could feel someone putting his hand right behind me from the seat behind.
Oh, Jesus.
He put his hand like on my waist. And I'm like, I could feel the hand touching me from behind at 6 a.m. What the heck? And then what I did was I just held the finger and I kept squeezing it. Honestly, I just kept I was twisting the hell out of the finger. I kept twisting and twisting till I got to my stop. When I got to Blatterbada, I just got down. Till this very moment that I'm speaking to you, I do not know the person that sat behind me. If you wanna go, if you're gonna act like you're stupid and you don't know what you're doing, oh, I'm two can play that game,
You're so
bro.
brave for that.
Two
You're so
can.
brave.
I kept twisting it and twisting it, and he couldn't. I could hear somebody
Maybe he liked it.
like, oh, probably because it's a stupid.
Maybe it wasn't his finger.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like really crazy. I even got on the bus the other day, and the guy that sat beside me got down and started tailing me. He started tailing me. I was like, "Oh, sexy bunda," like ass and stuff. And I was like, "Ooh, gross." And and then he kept telling me, and I had to turn my camera. I had to call a friend on video call, and how I used the video call to chase him away. And it was so creepy. I was scared. So as ladies, another thing, pepper spray. You mentioned it's illegal here.
I'm not sure if it's illegal here. It's illegal in Ireland. I know that.
Okay, they said pepper spray is illegal in Ireland. So if you're going to Ireland, please do not buy pepper spray from your country.
You can get in more trouble, apparently, by spraying pepper spray on the perpetrator than the perpetrator would for attacking you.
Us.